Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Blue Archive. In the last part, we joined up with the Rabbit Squad again. We finally got some new story in the last two parts. We joined up with the Rabbit Squad, well, I guess we continued on with the Rabbit Squad, where they found out who made off with the mysterious things from the Shale building when they got taken over. Found out it was the Fox Squad. Fox Squad gave the Rabbit Squad a very interesting offer to disband and join up with them. So we left off with them kind of leaving on a cliffhanger with Miyako trying to figure out what everybody wants to do, all that kind of fun stuff. Let's find out what happens now, shall we? Let's head on into the story, the second part of the story. There are 20 episodes. Oh, excuse me. And there are. Also, this is new. Grand Assault. That's new. There are 10 new episodes. So I will be breaking this up as usual. The first 5, and then the next part will be the remaining 5. So let's see what happens. Black coffee. Oh boy. The next day, while making my way through the city to meet with the Rabbit Squad, I said no! Shouldn't Valkyrie Stewart know the rules? This individual isn't suspicious, they live in the neighborhood. Just yesterday, I talked to them about egg prices in front of the station, as I often do. I'll take full responsibility if anything happens. Can't you just let them through? We can't subvert the law because some kid says a suspicious individual is okay. If you disagree with the protocol, take it up with the right department. If Valkyrie students aren't able to protect and ensure the safety of the citizens, then who is? I'll explain the situation here. Thank goodness, Sensei! Shell Sensei. The citizens from this neighborhood. They needed to use the subway to get to their doctor's appointment. But then this Kaiser security guard blocked our way, saying that regulations had changed and started doing this inspection. We're just following protocol. Regulations allow us unilateral authority to perform routine inspections at any time. With the recent changes in the student council, there have been a rise in the number of terror threats. In accordance with the new administrative order, the DU Public Transportation Safety, citizens entering the subway need a round-trip ticket receipt, government transit permit, a subway map, and a copy of the DU City Library card. Good lord. I didn't realize it took so much paperwork to access public transportation. Fail to see how a borrowing record impacts their ability to sit on a train. If a book isn't returned just because someone's in another district for too long, it'd be quite the hassle for our librarians. It's a new measure enacted by the interim General Student Council for a safer Kivotos. We thank you for your continued cooperation. But I only had my ticket. I had no idea I'd need so many documents for the subway. Borrowing records? Why, I haven't borrowed from the city library in, well, I can't remember how long. No documents, no entry. If you can't produce the required documents, find another way to your appointment. But there aren't any buses. Should I walk? It's about an hour walk to the hospital. I don't know if my stomach can take that. This is clearly a medical emergency. Getting him to the hospital should be our top priority right now. An individual's personal circumstances are not an excuse for non-compliance. We provide citizens ample notice of the new policies before they were enacted. It is the citizens' responsibility to obey the law regardless of any inconveniences to themselves. Did I hear you correctly just now? Do you have an issue with what I just said? Are you a Valkyrie Police student school student attempting to undermine the authority of Kaiser security granted by none other than the acting president Kaya? I can already see the headlines. Valkyrie student goes on a rampage downtown. Can the police still be trusted? Never wanted to fight, but this is how you choose to conduct yourself. Colonel, stop! Carino, we all fancy a ride on the subway tonight. Who's this? Uh-oh. Kana, if the issue here is paperwork, I might be able to assist. Director Kana! Do you intend to escort the civilian to the city office to retrieve the mandated paperwork? Do I look like a tour guide to you? We can sort everything out here. Ticket receipts are electronic and sent automatically. Just check your email. Oh, it's right here in my spam folder. A receipt from the transportation department. What's next? The transit permit. We recently added a clause to conclude a grace period after these new policies were enacted. Valkyrie students have authority to give out interim permits while the grace period is active. The permit form Carino, sign the bottom. Yes, ma'am. Let's see, you can get a subway map for free from the station. That just leaves a library record. The DU City Library automatically gets rid of any borrowed records that haven't shown activity for 2 or more years. The citizen fits that category, which exempts him from that requirement. Are we good then? It appears so. Proceed. Thank you so much, I'll never forget this! Fuck you, dude. Back for one day and already up to my neck in work. That was amazing, Director Kana. Thank you so much. If it weren't for you, that citizen... Oh god. Nakasukasa Kurino? Ma'am? What were you thinking putting your hand on your weapon? You ran into some kinds of security guards who wouldn't listen to you, so your first instinct was to open fire in the middle of the city? No, ma'am. Not at all. I wasn't gonna shoot. The guard refused to listen to reason, so my plan was to deploy a smoke grenade and help the civilian escape. One smoke grenade against Kai's security guards armed with the best technology known to Kivodos? I see your point. You need to learn to think. Bureaucracy should always be your first... What was that all the commotion? I heard a Valkyrie student picked a fight with a Kaiser guard and they really got into it. It must have been over one of the new regulations. I don't blame her, honestly. Let's relocate somewhere more private. You owe me a cup of coffee for bailing you out of there. Yes, ma'am, I'll give you 10 cups if you like. There's a place nearby that has the fluffiest donuts, too. I don't like donuts, but I'll take coffee. I like how they're rolling with the whole coffee and donuts thing with police officers, though. Oh. What happened? Oh, okay. That was weird. I thought my game froze there for a second. 3 coffees, please, and the chocolate donut set. What's the occasion, Sensei? I was supposed to pay for it. Token of gratitude for our hardworking Valkyrie officers. As your teacher, I can at least do this much. The world might be flipped on its axis right now, but somehow you always manage to stay exactly the same, Sensei. I suppose that should be a good thing. Here you go, 3 coffees and a chocolate donut set. It looks delicious. The specialty donuts here are my favorite. Fubuki's the one who showed me this cafe. I love how well the donuts and coffee pair together. Since they use a bittersweet dark chocolate when you have it at the same time as the coffee. Up until now, Cabela's has been protected by novices. The Valkyrie police school officers are, at the end of the day, students who care more about finding the next donut shop than the public safety. Kai's security, on the other hand, has a team of seasoned former PMC units on call at all times. We are prepared and capable of providing the best security technology can offer under any circumstances. In the DU alone, under the guidance of the acting student council president Kaya, we have tightened security, established rigorous inspection points, and managed to cut down crime rates by a solid 50%. At Kai's security, our commitment is to restore peace and order to the DU. Peace, huh? Sounds nice. Yes, it does. Sensei, I heard you turned down Kaya's reform proposal. I didn't have time to look at it too closely, but you didn't have much to lose from what I can tell. Which leads me to believe the refusal is more principle-driven. You've summed it up pretty well. Well, if it was just a simple pacifying gesture, then sure, go crazy with principles or whatnot. But I don't think I need to remind you that saying no to Kaya is never that simple. She's hardly one to ever let sleeping dogs lie. Kana, you acted on your principles when you helped me, didn't you? Well, she was pretty beat up. We all have to stick to our guns every once in a while, don't we? Speaking of, I'm glad you can see you up and about again. How you doing? Are you cleared for the field again? More or less, but... I've resigned my position as the Public Peace Bureau Director. To be more exact, I've been temporarily relieved of my position. But it was retaliation for helping me. I can't have you taking responsibility for my decision, Sensei. Regardless of the situation at the time, the department's director can't and shouldn't break protocol. Ever. Instead, I defied direct orders from my superiors and fought allies with hostile intent. Even if I made the right call in the end, I still have to hold myself accountable. The more we bend the rules and make exceptions, the easier it becomes for bad characters to manipulate them. I went into this knowing I'd have to pay the price, and I'm at peace with it. Honestly, I'm glad it wasn't worse. But there were things I didn't plan for. A lot of Public Peace Bureau students followed and supported my insubordination. They met the same fate I did. Now we have no bureau providing security for the citizens. Which is also how Kaya was able to pivot DU security to Kaiser's control so smoothly. Kaiser is the largest and most successful corporation in Kavotos. They have the means and experience well outside of what the Public Peace Bureau was able to provide. I trust they can maintain Kavotos' and police laws and regulations. No, I don't know about that. But what does bother me is how tight these regulations have gotten and the massive increase in guards. Other companies besides Kaiser Corporation are pretty much sidelined. Citizens are staying indoors, afraid of the paramilitary level forces that are marching through their neighborhoods. Sure, crime rates have gone down, but did the ends justify the means? I have to admit, I haven't been sure of much of these days. The only thing I can do is hope my decision wasn't the wrong one. You made the right call you thought was right. That's all that matters. You don't need to defend me. Everything the villain does in the story has to catch up to her eventually, right? Honestly, I should have stepped down a long time ago. Now I'm not sure if I've lost my opportunity. You're not some third-rate villain, Director Kana. Kirino? You have exceptional aim, your admin work is impeccable, and despite all your experience, you still genuinely care. I can't just sit around and listen to you talk down about yourself anymore. Not when so many of us at Valkyrie look up to you. I train every day hoping to be half as good as you one day, Director Kana. Sadly, Kirino, you could train twice a day, every day, you still wouldn't be a quarter as good as me. Director, my heart! But I could say the same for myself. I could never become a member of the Public Safety Bureau and gain the faith and trust of the citizens like you have. You might be a lousy shot, but you've really proven yourself. Director Kana! Down with Acting General Student Council President Kaya! We deserve a 2-day work week. See to our demands or I'll eat all your pudding. Where do these guys come from? No matter what we do, they just keep cropping up like flies. We can't do our jobs with them always in the way. I need backup, backup! Time for work, Kirino. Let's go. It doesn't matter who is in charge of security. We still have our duty as Valkyrie students. We'll provide backup. Yes, ma'am. See you around, Sensei. Thank you for the donuts, go, Sensei. Oh boy. I finished my coffee and headed out to Kasagi Park to see the Rabbit Squad members. Oh boy. Determination. What have they decided to do? What have they decided to do? I'm back. Oh boy. Where did everyone go? I even brought high quality beef lunch bentos. Oh boy. I searched all throughout their encampment, but it was a ghost town. Finally, I found their old sleeping tent, empty with only one letter left inside. This is... Dear Ghost Sensei. Hello, this is Miyako. I'm sorry that I'm delivering this news in a letter. Starting today, we are officially ending our Kusagi Park occupation in protest to rejoin our senior classmates. When we talked, I truly did believe in what you told me and that things we discussed. But with Acting President Kaya supporting the revival of the SRT Academy, our protest no longer had a cause. I couldn't justify asking my members to continue living under these conditions when there was no longer a fight to rally behind. Living in the park has been hard. Scrounging for expired bento, stealing barrels just to have somewhere to bathe. I can't forget how difficult it was for my squad members when we first moved here. But despite all that, your support was invaluable. I don't want you to think it wasn't. Any one of those struggles I mentioned would have brought us to our knees had you not been there to pick us up every single time. It's thanks to you that we can now look for and accept support from others too. All their needs will be met. We can follow Saki's regimented daily routine. Mo will have enough firepower to blow up Kabutos. I'm just kidding. I hope. Even me will finally get to have that comfy bed she's always wanted. It wasn't an easy decision. It required sacrificing my principles. But maybe my principles are wrong. At the end of the day, a weapon that can't serve its purpose is useless, right? I do hope this decision was best for everyone. I'm sorry I didn't discuss it with you first. I wanted to ask you for your advice in person at first. I want to know what you thought of my choice. Oh shit, I just fucking changed my screen. Hang on. Okay. But I feel like hearing your voice would have made me second guess myself. So I hope you understand why this letter is the only thing we have left you as a goodbye. We put you through a lot, didn't we? Thank you, Sensei. We'll come back to clean up the park and gather our supplies after complete our operation. I hope our paths cross again one day. Maybe in a different place, in a different world. Sincerely. Yeah, I kinda expect that would happen. No, my rabbit squad! Fuck the Fox Platoon. What the fuck their names are. Based off the coordinates, this is where they said to meet them. This is the biggest training facility I've ever seen, if that's even what it is. We're so far out. Who knew there was a whole facility all the way out here? Weird, it doesn't show up on satellite images. ECM devices blocking cameras, maybe. This was an SRT Academy training facility before the council president disappeared. It was meant to serve as a base of operations in the event of an emergency, so its very existence was highly confidential. This is my first time here as well. You made your choice. Yukino. Reporting. I have received orders that Tsukiyuki, Miyako, and the other 3 members of the Rabbit Squad are to join Fox Squad. As squad leader, I hereby disband the Rabbit Squad and transfer authority of its members to Fox Squad leader Tsuchido Yukino. Confirmed, as of now, Tsukiyuki, Miyako, and the 3 members of her squad will serve as an active unit under the Fox Squad. Oh boy. Welcome to the Fox Squad, squad leader Tsukiyuki. Thank you. There they are, I found the rabbits. You took your sweet time, we've been waiting. Otoge and Kurumi! Thank you for coming all the way here. Are you hungry, or would you like to shower first? Shower? We get to shower? In a room? Absolutely, cleanliness is vital for combat readiness. No matter how dire the situation, you can't train efficiently if you're not... Sorry, I forgot. Not at all, we were the ones who chose to live in a park. Well, I'm happy to say we're equipped with showers and individual beds for each of you. Please make yourself at home. Thank you. I'm exhausted. I just want a good shower and a soft bed. That does sound nice, but before that... We're starting all of your specialty training routines! Up and at 'em, bun buns! Specialized training? Right now? Based on recent observations, your combat skills need sharpening. A lot. Consider it a bonding activity. We'll get to evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. Rabbit Squad, gear up and meet at the training area. Just when I thought I could finally experience luxury and comfort in my poor, not hard knock life. We're going to get special training to rescue from our seniors. No dilly-dallying, I'm packing gear up now! She's excited. You're probably the only one in SRT history to be excited about surprise training. At least there are showers. We don't have to worry about being sticky if we sweat. Since our adorable underclassmen are here, I'll have to put in some extra effort in today's dinner menu. Miyako, everything okay? Oh, everything's great. Yeah, everything's great. Are you sure about that? I don't know about that. Oh, Sensei could come barreling in the door. Shock and... Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good at all. Shock and fear? Oh boy, what's this about? I have one condition, more of a request if you will, for the Red Winter office to take responsibility for and disband the protesters from your school. Can we shake on that, President Chirino? It seems you are confused, Acting General Student Council President. You see, I am not simply a president. I am the Student Council President of Red Winter Academy, Head of Beautification, Secretary General, Head of Physical Education, and the Catering Department, and this month's top pudding master taster, Chirino. I refuse to respond to such paltry title. Yes, Red Winter Academy Student Council... Oh, God. Yes, Red Winter Academy Student Council President, the head of the various departments, Chirino. Back to the matter at hand. Head of various departments? You trivialize my position, I'll have you purged. Why is this little child in front of me so attached to these fake positions no one cares about? Please excuse me, great leader Chirino, but the protest is hindering the General Student Council's ability to carry out its responsibilities as a pressing concern. They are causing civil unrest all over DU. An external security review confirmed that most of these troublemakers are students from Red Winter Academy. As DU's Chief of Defense and the Acting General Student Council President, I am firmly demanding the Red Winter's office to take accountability. Now that you mention it, the Labor Party has been unusually quiet, so that's their game. What's their grievance that they're protesting this time? That's a good question, great leader Chirino. These students are demanding not just free pudding rations and an unrealistic 2-day work week, but they're also initiating a coup. Is that so? And? Does that giant hat block your hearing? A coup! A rebellion! They're trying to topple the General Student Council itself! As the Acting General Student Council President responsible for Cabela's security, this is a matter that can't... I get it. Coups can be quite bothersome. I've weathered a few myself. One thing I've learned, Chief Kaya, is that trying to crush a coup directly only fuels its flames. And isn't it natural for students to rebel if they're unhappy with the Council's actions? What do you mean by that? There will always be those short-sighted students who can't see the visions of distinguished leaders like us. While it's not nothing like Red Winter, I can imagine being the General Student Council President of DU must be challenging. The public will never understand you. This is exactly what I'm trying to request that the Red Winter office take responsibility. Now then, I don't normally involve myself in matters outside of my academy, but when I see hard work, I must be rewarded. Therefore, the Red Winter office will send you a box of Shirinka? The fuck is that? Will send me a what now? You've never tried a Shirinka? Chief of Defense? Shirinka, I don't know if I'm saying that word right, is Red Winter Academy's signature milk chocolate. Its richness is unparalleled. If it is your liking, perhaps the General Student Council could receive regular shipments. What I'm asking for now is manpower, not... Oh no, how could this have happened? I was enjoying chatting with a like-minded leader so much I almost missed my scheduled nap. We'll continue this later, Acting General Student Council President whatever her name was. Insolent brat. How does Red Winter Academy not have one single serious student? Wait, I'm not from Red Winter Academy. I know, I wasn't talking to you. Are you sure that Brant is Red Winter Academy Student Council President and Representative Chief of Staff? Indeed, Rinkawa Chirino currently holds the position of Student Council President at Red Winter Federal Academy. Currently? Last week, I believe, was Chairman Ikakura Marina. If I'm understanding this correctly, we have to solve the security threat by negotiating with an academy that changes leadership on a weekly basis? Yet the former acting president Rin seemed quite competent at it. With the right incentives, this should be a cakewalk compared to dealing with Trinity and Gehenna. I guess someone with a background in defense might only know how to use sticks. And, Chief Kaya, acting General Student Council President. I'm sorry, acting General Student Council President. Regarding the regular defense office reports, numerous civilians have made grievances about the new policy mandating them to show 10 forms of ID when making a cash withdrawal. And there have been a number of incidents across the EU where frustrated civilians have brandished weapons instead of IDs, coercing banks to make the withdrawal. That's blatant armed robbery. This is happening all over, and our Valkyrie officers and Kaiser guards just twiddling their thumbs? As mentioned before, both the Security Bureau and Kaiser Security are stretched thin due to the sheer number of daily inspections. If they lack the personnel, then hire private security firms to maintain security. I won't tolerate even a single criminal act while I'm in charge of Kavados. That's just unrealistic, lady. She says that, but things have been way more chaotic since she took over. A protest delayed me for 30 minutes this morning when I was trying to get into Sanctum Tower. While minor crimes have decreased, major offenses have escalated. Because all of our resources have been directed towards regulating the citizens. Criminals have suddenly found themselves with more room to play. And with the Director of Human Resources out of commission, Chief Kaya has less supporters than ever. Maybe she can't keep up with the pressures of her office. Chief Officer Room is looking more and more competent every day. Enough! Meeting adjourned! Oh boy. Yeah. The present role isn't very nice, is it? You kept me waiting. There you are, acting General Student Council President. I'm here in person because there seems to be a delay in payments to Kaiser Security. Considering the manpower and equipment required, the previous payment doesn't even come close to covering. Why am I still being bothered with petty problems? With the amount of money we paid you, how is that you're incapable of handling even a single student protest before it reaches my desk? Why? Because you haven't paid the proper price, of course. You say what you have paid me is how much the General Student Council has approved in its budget. But if your problem won't go away, then maybe the budget isn't sufficient. You're in no position to be asking for more, Kaiser. Have you forgotten that I kept Kaiser Corporation from diving nose first into bankruptcy? Where would you be if I hadn't covered up your crimes in the incident? Of course not. Trust is the backbone of any business arrangement. However, I also don't believe in conducting business arrangements on emotional whims. You may have saved us from bankruptcy, but that doesn't mean I'll burn through our revenues for you. But you asked where I would be. I would have recovered quite easily, and I could just throw away the Kaiser brand and start a new company should things go wrong. What about you? You stake your name and credibility with so little thought. If it all comes apart, where will Shiranui Kaya be? I've helped you. I've kept your secrets. The public would be interested to know about the silo you built under Kusagi Station, I should think. That was a different issue. We were the ones who took the hit when that rebate was discovered, under your protection. The town's redevelopment went up in smoke because of it. I've told you already. Once everything's squared away, I'll pay you back. Put it on my tab. I'll even add interest. If that's what you choose. Your tab is adding up to be quite hefty fee. From what I have gathered, you have yet to gain the treasurer's trust. You don't have much sway in directing the budget, do you? Backing a leader who can't inspire her team's confidence does seem rather unwise. You know, for a Kaiser grunt, you know, he's talking some pretty real shit. Why is this happening? Why doesn't anyone trust me? Oh, I wonder why. Why don't they just listen? Instead, it's suspicion and insubordination at every corner. And somehow the General Student Council President, that woman, all Cavellos followed and trusted her. Why her? What can she do that I can't? Why can't I become a superhuman too? What's different from them then and now? From her Cavellos and mine? I get it. This Cavellos lacks fear. If they fear me, then they'll fall into line. Uh-oh. Kaya? Yukino, where's the thermobaric warhead from Project Antioch stored now, when you confiscate from Kaiser? The warhead has been deactivated and is being stored in a military facility in the outskirts of DU. But due to its explosive power, it was impossible to completely disarm it. This is a direct order, Yukino. Transport the warhead to the silo under Kusagi Station and detonate it. Can I ask the reason? It's not like you to question my orders. So I'll indulge you this once. Like you said, the anti-yacht warhead's power is intense, making it hard to fully neutralize. And most of Kusagi Town have been relocated because of the redevelopment anyway, so casualties will be the minimum. Most of Kusagi Town means there are still residents there. Detonating the warhead in a confined space like a subway station, well, yes, I'm aware how it works. Kusagi Station and the nearby stations will sustain damage. That's the point. I need to show a force bigger than their wildest imaginations. Otherwise, it won't be enough to cow them into submission. They need to know. God, she ain't no president. She's a freaking dictator. They need to know we can erase a small city in seconds. Then they'd think twice about crossing us. If the accident occurs in the subway, we can pin it on the transit staff's negligence. Everything will be tied up in a neat little bow for us. Outstanding. I knew you were a little crazy, but you truly exceeded my expectations this time. Our Kaiser president really does seem to have an uncanny eye for talent. Thanks to the praise. One objection, however, the silo under the subway station is Kaiser property. I'm not necessarily keen on you blowing up my things. You have a point. We'll be using your property, so to compensate, would the control of DU's subway station suffice? Once I've gotten rid of the current transportation officers, we'll need another body to oversee the subway station or system. If Kaiser Corporation is up for it, it'd be a win-win. Sounds promising. We've been eyeing transportation ever since the Saint Nefarious? Nephthys rail takeover fell through. Control of their primary transport link into districts will be a source of steady revenue. I'm not one to miss lasting opportunity because I'm blinded by the short term. Very well, we'll make the preparations to receive the warhead in the silo. We'll need to coordinate with your foxes. That's finally settled. Now, back to my order. Squad Leader Yukino, your answer. Fox 1, understood. What the fuck, lady? I get you want to follow orders, but, you know, good soldiers don't always follow orders. By the time I left Kosagi Park and returned to Shale, it was already late into the evening. I approached the counter to pick up a bento, but... there's none left. I'm sorry, Sensei. Hey, she actually showed up in an actual story. I'm sorry, Sensei, we ran out today. I just need something to eat. Is there anything less? Anything else left? Some expired ones? No, sorry, you ran out of every single bento in stock. For some reason, only this Angel 24, located in Shell, didn't get any bento since yesterday. I tried to find out why, but I was told it's due to a new order that even the scheduled bentos were canceled. All we have left for sale is water. So there's no bread or any other kind of drinks? Yeah, basically anything to eat or drink. I know I'm still here, but we've pretty much just been closed today. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. It's not your fault, Sora. This is a much pettier method of revenge than I expected. Sensei, do you know anything what's going on in DU? After the coup and stuff, it's been completely dead here. I haven't heard anything from the store's main branch. They gave us these new manuals to memorize, but there were so many regulations, and then these scary Kaiser guards come in sometimes to make sure we're following all the rules. People are saying that all the Angel 24 shops are gonna close and be replaced with Kaiser 26 shops. My job. I've heard really scary things about Kaiser 26 shops. I heard they have to work a full 26 hours in a day, Sensei. There's not even 26 hours in a day. I don't think I could last. I was wondering where the 26 came from. It's impossible to work 26 hours a day. Were you able to eat despite all that? Yes, luckily I packed myself a lunch today. I made too much meat and potato stew yesterday, so I just brought in leftovers for dinner. Oh, if you want, you can have mine. No, it's okay, really. I couldn't bring myself to take Sora's dinner, so I politely refused and headed back to the Shale office. Come on, man, when's it time to kick her out of the office? I'm starving. Hey, Fox Eats delivery here. I've got a food delivery for someone named Ghost. I didn't hear order any food though. Odd, I have an order for Inazari Zushi Bento, supposed to be delivered right here at the Shield Executive Office. If you open the door, I can verify the details for you. Oh. Don't open the door! No, let's do it. Thank you. Who is this? There they are. You guys? Good evening, Sensei. It's been a while. Hey. I can't believe you came all this way just to see you. It's rather late. Have you had any dinner yet? Not yet. I had a feeling you hadn't. I heard there were some unexpected hiccups in the supply chain as we transitioned power, and Shell's Storo somehow missed. You really tried there, Nico. We all know it's just someone throwing a petty fit. Messing with food supplies, really? That's just childish. But rather pretty tactical if you think about it. An empty stomach is going to win out over your ideals every time. It's not as if Sensei's staging a sit-in at Shell's executive office, though. It's a little bit immature. Well, for now, we from Fox Eats, the Fox Squad will provide supplies where we can. Is this Inari Zushi? Yep, do you remember the ones from last time? I don't remember the ones from last time, so don't tell me. You seem to enjoy them, so I made more for you this time. Go ahead and enjoy. Though I understand and wouldn't be offended if you were a bit wary given the current situation. They're already eating, Nico. Wait, did you just eat it? Just like that? Are you, well, not in your right state of mind, perhaps? Oh, so this is so good. I'm great, actually. The fried tofu is smooth and the rice is just the right texture. That's not what I meant. I know it sounds odd for me to suggest it, but did it ever cross your mind that we might have tampered with it? Like poison? Is this? Well, no, but... Sensei, I think you're missing the point. We're kind of on opposite sides right now. I'm sure you're well aware that we've allied with acting President Kaya so that she'll support the revival of SOT. Surely after rejecting Kaya to her face, people who work for her are come offering food, and you don't suspect any ulterior motives. Are you naive or are you stupid? I know they say to keep your enemies close, but not so close you'd eat their food. You know, on the battlefield, and sometimes we leave behind faulty ammunition for enemies to loot. It's a similar concept. That's why SOT Academy teaches its students to never touch the food and water rations that belong to the enemy. But I'm not your enemy. I'm just your teacher. I mean, it's true. You truly do live up to your reputation. Nothing good comes from such unconditional trust, even with allies or friends. If people see you as overly trusting, they might think you're naive and unreliable, which can hinder negotiations. Those who aren't wary or skeptical of others' motives tend to get the short end of the stick in life. Knowing this, why do you continue the way you do? I've learned that trust yields more benefits than suspicion ever could. Philosophies and ideals. Do you know about the prisoner's dilemma, Sensei? It's a psychological theory. Two prisoners are separated and given two options. If neither betrays the other, both prisoners are free to go. But if one chooses to cooperate and the other doesn't, then only the betrayer goes free. In summary, two prisoners can either cooperate for mutual benefit or betray each other for personal gain. Typically, they end up betraying one another because it's the optimal choice. While it's just a theory, it emphasizes the need for self-preservation. We've dealt with all kinds of criminals, and I've never once seen someone sacrifice their well-being for someone else's benefit. The so-called trust that adults brag about is no different. It's complicated, but your perspective is interesting. You really are SOT's elite force. This basic game theory, you hardly need specialized training to... What? Did you just compliment us? Oh no, you found her weak spot. All fear of the compliment. But your theory, I think reality will often surprise you. Real life is more nuanced than some simple game theories, true. But what effects will your decisions have in the future? Will the results of this game affect the next? But Sensei, this game isn't really about winning this round or losing that one. The most effective method in winning anything is to make sure the loser can't return. Plant so much fear in your opponent, so much distrust and betrayal, they'll never oppose you again. Sensei, you're likely never to see us again when everything is said and done. You probably won't even remember your answer to this game, Sensei. We're weapons who can only point forward. It's an insignificant decision that no one will care about at the end of the day. Given that, do you still trust us? I do. If you're not gonna take us seriously, then Kurumi, chill out. Even if we say we'll walk out of here today and forget all of this to happen, you'll hang your hat on tomorrow's potential. Of course. My job is to teach you how to get to tomorrow in whatever way you want. That's the whole point. For my students to become tomorrow's adults. Oh. Wise words. Oh, what are we doing here? Like, caught on a hiccup? What's happening? Oh, my game just froze. Oh, there it goes. You're quite the character, Sensei. Just as weird as they say. You know, your squad, the Fox Squad, is a testament to the power of trust. I've seen how much trust the Fox Squad has in their leader. I trust in Yukino. Well, you're not wrong. She is our squad leader, after all. Is there something wrong with that? No, not at all. The Fox Squad's bonds have always been unbreakable. So you can stop trying to slide your way in with your pretty words. She's our friend. She's always been nice. She's always been since before she became our squad leader. Wow, this has certainly been an illuminating night. You delivered your food, so our mission here is complete. It appears we dropped by unannounced, attacked you with a barrage of questions, and are now unceremoniously leaving. My apologies. To make up for it, did you want to ask us anything? Is the Rabbit Squad happy with their decision? The Rabbit Squad is... Our team locations are classified, so we can't divulge that. Take the 10 bus headed towards Shinakiru from the station in front of Shale. Get off the final stop and walk 1 kilometer east to find the dried up valley. And then you'll find a facility that's not on the map. It'll look like a deserted camp, but it's actually a fully operational training facility for SRT students, active since before the Chino Student Council president disappeared. The Rabbit Squad is stationed there right now. You can ask how they're doing yourself. Nico, you can't just tell them that! The location of SRT squads is second-class confidential information. It's fine, they're not in prison, and they should be able to have visitors. But, if you could keep this under wraps, especially from Yukino, I just can't with you. Whatever, I have no thoughts on this anymore. I'm technically outranked here, Deputy Squad Leader. Thanks, both of you. If Sensei can get through to those girls, maybe there's hope for us too. Until next, take care of yourself, Sensei. After they took off, I savored the remaining Inazushi as they wondered what to do next. As for some reason, Nico's Inazushi felt even more delicious than last time. Is that supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing? Oh boy. Alright. I don't know why this thing's like getting hiccuped or something. It's like it stops for some reason. Like now, it stopped. Why? What's happening here? It's not lag. At least I don't think it is. What's happening? Well, I guess it could be because I can't even click on anything. I don't know why this is happening. This has happened before, so I'm not quite sure why it's like freezing up. SRT's justice. See if we can't turn things around. Maybe. Man, I haven't had a decent hot shower in forever. All my attention just went whoosh. Nothing beats a shower after a long day of work. Oh boy. What an eventful day. Seriously, the days are used to drag on so slowly at the park when we had nothing to do. This is why I'm saying people really benefit from strict rules and a regimented schedule. You say that as if you didn't wake up at precisely 5 AM every day at the park, too. Okay, I did have fun, too. I got to fire out some special ammo that I've held back on the park due to budget constraints. It's been a while since we've had a safety of a secure facility. It's reassuring. It's nice not to have to worry about wild animals or lost hikers like at the park. But, is something wrong with you? Did something happen today? No, it's just, is all this comfort really okay? It seems a little silly, but I've never appreciated the luxury of a hot shower and fresh cooked meals until now. I can't help but feel guilty for making you all rough it out in the park for so long. No, I didn't mean that kind of comfort. Like, we really don't have to make any decisions here, right? What we eat, what we do, even deciding if our last decision was good or bad. The Fox Squad chooses everything for us, so I don't have to be anxious about anything. But should SRT students be living at that kind of comfort when everyone out there is scared because they don't know what's going to happen in Komodos? It's like my clothes look like they fit, but they don't feel like it. I don't know. It's natural to question such big life change like that. You've been through a whirlwind of a day, and so it makes sense you would have all these questions and feelings. Why don't you sleep on it and things might feel clearer tomorrow? Maybe. Honestly, I kind of missed the makeshift barrel baths we did with everyone. Heating up with the water was a pain, but I was always worried about prying eyes and the tub was too cramped for a proper wash. But despite all that, I always felt a kind of pride as an SRT member, using her skills and know-how to survive. Now I'm physically at ease, but instead of an SRT recruit, I feel more like a hired mercenary. Actually, I get what you're saying, for once. At the park, even the small-scale drills were exhilarating. They gave me a high. With unlimited access to top-tier gear now, it almost dulls the thrill. Don't get me wrong, it's exciting, but was just off. Like the same enjoyment just isn't there. What about you, Miyako? What? Me? I found the conditions to be very satisfactory. The squad can focus wholly on training now and not where our next meal is coming from. As a squad leader of Rabbit working towards the role of SRT, I have no complaints. Well, Deputy Squad Leader now. Yeah, you still didn't answer my question. What about you? How are you doing? What are you thinking? The unwavering justice you've idolized and shut up about since I first met you. The facilities, the hot meals, and warm beds, do all those things make it worth it for you, Miyako? Excuse me, I'll leave you all to it. She doesn't want to answer, because she doesn't know how to answer. I'd forgotten. Guard duty right now after a shower used to be one of my favorite shifts. Feeling the breeze through my damp hair is weirdly comforting. Familiar. Familiar where everything is unfamiliar. Even the equipment feels different from our old weapons. They all adjust this lifestyle. It's good for them. Sure about that. What was that? An intruder? Why would someone break in through the shower room? The entrance is on the other side of the building, and no uncommon roads lead to here. Was it a wild animal? Was it Sensei? Sure was. Hello, Miyako. Sensei? How are you here? How'd you even find us? That's kind of a secret. I guess I followed the scent of the Rabbit Squad. I'll place you under arrest. Yeah, that sounds about right. You sneak into a military facility. I guess that's what happens to you. All right, we're gonna end it here. When we come back, we will find out what Cynthia's planning, and we'll see if we can help out our fellow rabbits and maybe avert a disaster in the making. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.